Ready for a flight?
Let's go. In today's video, we're flying from Chicago to Narita Airport on ANA First Class, the suite. One big favor before we dive in is to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like content like this. I'm super excited for this flight because I've attempted to fly this product 3 times, first class specifically. Well, it turns out that third time is not a charm. Today we are flying the Square once again. If you've been keeping track, this brings the score to Mandy 0 and ANA 3, and this is the first time I have not been equipment swapped. I'm going to enjoy every minute of this flight. First up, we have a welcome drink. I chose orange juice because it's 10:30 a.m. in the morning and I just don't feel like drinking champagne right now, so cheers. Right off the bat, the suite definitely lives up to its name because the seat is huge. Let's do a suite tour. The seat alone can fit 2 people. Plenty of room. Seatbelts. Surprisingly, there isn't one that goes diagonal, so a lot of other seats do have a third strap that goes diagonal. Over here is a reading light, document holder. It does pop out to reveal a mirror. More document storage down here. On the left side is going to be a lot of storage. Towards the very back of the seat is a life vest, so not going to touch that. Next up is the charging station. So there's a headphone jack, USB, plus a ton of storage, and right in front of that is even more storage. Right above the storage compartment is remote control for the entertainment system. Keep watching if you want a full tour of the entertainment system. After that are the seat controls, so the position for landing, relaxing, and lie flat. The seat can also go forward. There's lumbar support and the recliner as well. And right under that are the light switches. We just came around with the towels before meal service and it smells really nice. Alright, let's flip it around. So as you can see, the entertainment system is huge. There's also the dining tray is here, so you just pull it out. Footrest, which I'm currently using for storage, and shoe compartment or luggage compartment here. Even more storage options up here. They're going to start meal service soon, but right after that, I'm going to close the suite doors. They just hinted out the meal menu. I do like that it comes in a letter folio, so we have beverages and food. For lunch, we have 2 options. Choose from Japanese cuisine or international cuisine. One pro tip, if you are searching for caviar, it's on the international menu. So the Japanese menu does not have caviar. What I'm tempted to do is ask for the appetizer plate from the international cuisine in addition to the Japanese menu. So one thing I intentionally did not do is pre-select my meal online, because then you're kind of like trapped into your meal selection. But if you don't select it online, then it's kind of a gamble depending on if the first class cabin is full or not. But there's a higher likelihood that they have more meals on board because they don't know what you're going to choose. We'll see if my strategy works. So meal service is going to start with an amuse. That's going to be the same for both menus. Going down Japanese cuisine, starter is a seared scallop and grilled shiitake mushroom with tofu and vinegar sauce, and then a selection of morsels. After that is a clear soup of produce, followed by a selection of sashimi and warm delicacies, tasty tidbits. The main dish is grilled Spanish mackerel with salted rice malt. For international cuisine, appetizer plate has pumpkin mousse with caviar. The main dish, you have a choice between U.S. prime beef fillet steak or a roasted Chilean sea bass and sauteed prawn. There's also bread, cheese plate, and dessert. The sea bass as the main does sound better than the grilled mackerel. I'm going with the international cuisine this time. During the flight, you can order light dishes anytime. So there's sake accompaniments, corn soup and vegetable soup, noodles, which are my favorite. Refreshments, you can order a garden salad, cheese plate, fruits, or some light dishes. It sounds interesting. There's also a light dish meal that you can order anytime, but most people order it right before landing. So for Japanese cuisine, the main dish is grilled salmon, and for international cuisine, it's penne with shrimp ragu. For beverages, there's a wide selection of alcohol, which includes sake, soju, champagne, white wine, red wine, and port wine. The highlight for the whiskey section is the Centauri Whiskey Hibiki 17 years old. There's also a wide selection of soft drinks. My favorite one is ANA's original drink, the Aromatic Kabosu Citrus, which does include honey, but it's really nice and refreshing taste. Coffee is by Elite. Excited for the meal service. Let's unbox the Amenities kit. The bag is from Ettinger. So we have lotion, cream, and lip treatment from Sensei. There's a cute coin pouch, and this is definitely going to come in handy. I have a lot of random coins from a lot of different countries. The one that I have from before is purple, so I'm kind of glad that this one's like a teal turquoise color. That way I can use it and I know which coins go where. Also a shopping bag, foldable shopping bag with like an ombre cloud print, really cute. In case you're thinking this seems like a bare bone amenities kit, don't worry. ANA is unique, whereas all the other additional amenities, they do come by with a tray of them, so you can take what you need and leave what you don't. So we have a comb, chopstick, eye mask, socks, toothbrush and toothpaste, face mask, and a cooling sheet for legs. The seat does come with a few goodies. We have a nice plushy pillow, blanket, a pair of pajamas, which we'll unbox later. They do have different sizes. Initially, the seat came with a large, and they were like, it looks like you could probably fit a medium. So they swapped it out for me. Nice cardigan, slippers, and headphones. The Muse dishes are here, and I also got some hibiki. So this comes in a really, really cute bottle. So I'm going to keep this after. From right to left, it's the mushroom and mousse zucchini roll, then the beef and pear crostini, crab meat salad and brioche pie, and cheese pepper bar. Let's dive in. If you love mushrooms, you'll love the mushroom mousse and zucchini roll. It tastes exactly what it sounds like. Kind of reminds me of like a condensed soup in a zucchini roll. I guess that's probably not an elegant way of putting it, but yeah, it's pretty good. But then again, I do love mushrooms. Try this one next. That one's also so surprisingly good. It's kind of like prosciutto, except it's beef, and it's like candied pear inside on top of a piece of bread. It's actually really good. So the beef is savory, and then the pear is nice and sweet, and the flavors went really well together. Crab meat salad in the pastry is also pretty good. Definitely a fan of all the items in the amuse. Also cheese stick, but I feel like cheese sticks are whatever. The other items are definitely the highlight here. What I didn't realize from the international cuisine is the appetizer plate, you're supposed to choose one. So I thought I was getting the caviar, the pate, and the smoked salmon and lobster. And she's like, which one do you want? And I was like, what? How about I get all three and just, you can keep the garden salad and corn soup. I'm not sure if she understood. So we'll see what happens. Alrighty, the bread is here. Nice warm bread basket. And my favorite is probably going to be the pretzel bread, but there's also like 5 other types in here. Definitely not going to finish all the bread. So it's like pretzel bread, ciabatta bread, dinner roll, and then one with like sesame slaughter bread. Condiments for the bread, olive oil, and butter. The plan is to hold off on the bread until the appetizers and main course, and then maybe if I still have room in my stomach, I'll go for the pretzel bread. Eye on the prize, and still have some Hibiki 17 left. All right, first appetizer is here, and it's the caviar with pumpkin mousse. Really excited for this. So we have lemon, some bellinis, and caviar. It's really good. I'm typically not a fan of pumpkin, but you can't even tell it's pumpkin. That was so good. If you want caviar on ANA first class, definitely get the international cuisine or request it as an add-on. Next up is the corn soup. Right off the bat, it does smell really good. So very strong corn aroma. It's like cream of corn, but without the junk, is what it feels like. So it's like pure corn soup. If you ordered the Japanese cuisine, but you still want to try the corn soup, it's also an option on the anytime menu. Main course is here and it looks amazing. A generous piece of Chilean sea bass, seared scallop, and a prawn on top with asparagus, and I believe it should be rice on the bottom. This looks like something I would order at a restaurant. Ooh, oh yeah. I just like dug into the sea bass and it was nice and flaky. Let's taste it. Oh yeah. That's a good sea bass. It's a citrusy yuzu sauce, so nice and creamy. Goes really well with the seafood. This is definitely 5-star restaurant level. I have no regrets. Let's try the scallop. Scallop has a nice sear to it and bouncy, so let's see how it tastes. Perfectly cooked scallop. I know this is a butter knife, but they took my real knife away, so I'm going to use this instead. Let's try the shrimp. The giant prawn was like a few seconds over, but still nice and bouncy and good flavors. Yeah, definitely recommend to international cuisine. Also, after I finish this main dish, I'm going to follow up about getting another appetizer because unlike the Japanese cuisine menu, you only get to pick one appetizer, but some other ones sounded pretty good. So we'll see what happens. To be fair, I did skip the garden salad, so just think of the extra appetizer as a replacement. Bottle of Hibiki number 2. Cheers. The request for the second appetizer was granted. Pretty excited for this. This looks amazing. The international cuisine so far has been pleasantly surprising, and it's something you would expect to get at a 5-star restaurant in the US. So this is smoked salmon and lobster with beet cream sauce. I wonder if the bottom part is all smoked salmon or if there's something underneath. Let's find out. That is straight up all smoked salmon. So it's smoked salmon wrapped in slices of smoked salmon with some akira and a lobster claw with beet sauce. Definitely get this if you are a smoked salmon lover. The lobster claw is like straight boiled, so it's a nice contrast to the strong flavors of the smoked salmon. Surprisingly, it goes really well together, but I still think my top pick is the caviar. Dessert is here and it looks amazing. I ordered the assorted ice cream, so choice was between vanilla and coffee ice cream, so I got vanilla. And then next to that is the passion fruit and mango mousse. Let's try the passion fruit and mango mousse. So the inside is the passion fruit jelly and the outside is the mango mousse. This tastes like a blend of mango and passion fruit. It's actually pretty good. I can see myself going to the bakery and buying one of these. Not too sweet, not too tart. It's pretty good. Side of vanilla ice cream. Yeah, definitely recommend this dessert. Overall, solid lunch meal service. Would happily order the international cuisine again, especially if you're leaving from the US going to Japan. All right, and that concludes the end of meal service. I ordered a nice cup of coffee and it came with some cute little desserts. The macaron chocolate, and I think it's like one of those shortcake with jam inside. Looks pretty cute. It's also around 2 p.m. Chicago time, so not really tired since I did get a full night's rest before, which means we can continue the rest of the suite tour and cabin tour. There are only 8 first-class suites on the plane, and half of them are occupied. So it's kind of funny because everyone chose a window seat. So because of that, the middle aisle all got converted into sleeping pods. So the cabin is a 1-to-1 configuration. I guess it's kind of nice. So the main pod by the window, you can get some daylight, have a meal, and then whenever I want to go take a nap, I can just hop next door into the next suite, and it's already set up to be a bed. In my previous ANA, the Square, I was the only customer in first class, but I kind of like not being the solo customer because, I don't know, it feels less weird if you're not the only person. Would you prefer being the solo customer in first class, or do you prefer to have some company with you, even if you don't know them? Let me know in the comments below. Let's unbox some more goodies. These are slippers. Pretty plushy. This is a cardigan. In case you get cold, you can wear this, and you do get to keep it. And pajamas. pair of sweatpants, along with a shirt. Let's check out the headphones. These are a nice pair of Sony headphones. In case you're wondering, you do need to return to headphones. They actually keep track of them. In case you're wondering how big the entertainment system is, it's pretty big. Here is an iPhone for a comparison. 1, 2, I would say it's about 6 iPhones across and almost 4 iPhones down. If you're also traveling with a player 2 in first class, this side also doubles as a seat, so you can have meals together or just hang out. The suite has quite a few lights, and they're all controlled on this panel right here. We have reading light number 1. There's different levels to it. Reading light number 2, meal light, and right behind that is the suite light. In case that's not enough, there are also lights right above the seat. And if you do get hot, there are vents as well. Each suite has 3 windows, and the blinds are electronically controlled. There's a blackout function, shade, and fully open. There's a button on the side right here that controls all of them. So there you go. Easy to control the windows. When I went to the laboratory, they already set up the bed. So each bed does come with a mattress topper. However, I heard that there were like thick ones and thin ones, and this one looks like the thin one. So I'm going to try and see if they can swap it out for the thick one. Let's do a bathroom tour and get changed into pajamas. In case you're curious what the bathroom looks like, there is a large full-length mirror. This platform, you can pull it down to change. The toilet does have a bidet. And these are the additional amenities, which are the toothbrush and toothpaste along with mouthwash. So the bathroom is slightly larger than economy. We booked this flight by accumulating flexible credit card points and transfer them out to airline partners in order to book it. If you're interested in learning more about credit cards that earn flexible points that allow you to do this, I'll leave a link down the description box below. Make sure your links are competitive, but using them really helps sell this channel, so thank you in advance. I'll also leave a step-by-step booking guide as well. This is what the mood lighting looks like. Actually, it looks pretty nice. Let's walk through the entertainment system. There's a wide range of movies, video, audio, news, Skylive TV, ebooks. I wonder what type of ebooks they have. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever read an ebook on a flight. Usually it's physical books. Movies. New ones are Transformers, Alien, Jackpot, Deadpool and Wolverine, Beetlejuice, His Lady. Pretty solid selection of movies. If you're not interested in watching anything, there is shopping, so lots of duty-free. Unfortunately, there's no more Hibiki 100th anniversary blend to buy. Rumor has it that the 100th anniversary blend will be available after January 15th. So if you are taking a flight after that, leave some data points in the comments below if your flight has it or not. Wide variety, makeup, fashion items, typical duty-free catalog. That's what it looks like outside. It's an onboard camera. So the forward camera, this is a downward view from the belly of the plane. In case you're curious about Wi-Fi, each business class and first class seat gets a free Wi-Fi voucher. So before your flight, they will email it to you, but you can also ask for a physical card on the flight. Pretty solid entertainment options. What's really surprising is that you can't order food on this controller. So some of our airlines have the ability to order food on this touchscreen tablet. It's not the case here, and you do have to talk to someone in case you want any light snacks anytime. Doesn't really matter. I kind of like the physical menus, but that's just me. Ramen is here and it looks amazing. This is like a vegetarian tonkatsu. Then there's also a spicy miso paste where you can add however much spice you want. Try the broth first. It tastes exactly like tonkatsu, even though it's vegetarian. Ramen in the sky is just one of my all-time favorite snacks. It tastes even better when you're in A&A to suite. Next up is the scattered seafood over rice, and this is crazy. I think this is either a new menu item or it's the Chicago to Narita route specifically, because I've never seen this on a menu before. So there's crab, squid, seared tuna, tamago, and cucumbers with a carrot in the middle. The fact that there's actually chunks of crab is pretty crazy. There's also a side of Japanese pickles and soy sauce with some fresh wasabi. Let's dive in. Some crab leg. Pretty good crab. Nice and subtle sweetness to it. The cuttlefish is really good. If you like seafood, you should definitely order the scattered seafood bowl on the Light Anytime menu. An amazing snack. The next snack is the Alfonso fish in seaweed stock. Looks like steamed fish and seaweed on top of rice. Also have a glass of plum wine and soda. Plum wine's pretty tasty. So it's a grilled fish and then they soaked it in the broth. Yeah, the wasabi makes it taste a lot better. Adds a lot of dimensions to the flavor, especially with the seaweed. So the seaweed's like a little mushy because it's in broth. But yeah, this is a good bite. That wasabi is really strong. This is probably my last snack, so I can save room for breakfast. My snack rankings on this flight so far. Number 1, you have to get the ramen. It's just better in the sky. Number 2, the seafood bowl, and this would be number 3. This is good, but if I had to pick one, I'd go with the seafood over rice. This is what the seat looks like in relaxed mode. There's about 2 hours left before landing. Kind of sad that this flight is coming to an end. So much room. 40 mil comes to, I'm going to change back to my regular clothes. One interesting feature is that you can message other passengers on the plane regardless of which class they're in. So here's Sebastian. He says, I had 2 ramens, and find him on youtube.com/subbyfunk. If your friends are on the plane, feel free to message them. In case you're curious what business class looks like, I do have a full video on my channel. Both the room and the suite can sit 2 people. If you are looking to save a little bit on point, then I would say the room is not a bad choice. I think the main difference is if you want caviar, lobster, basically the menu and a lot more leg room. Honestly, the room's not bad. It's not economy, okay? Alrighty, breakfast is here and it looks really good. This one is the spinach of chicken, grilled salmon, miso soup, Japanese pickles, natto, and rice. Let's dive into the salmon first. It does smell really good. The grilled salmon's a bit dry, maybe a few minutes overdone. Definitely not the same as the Chilean sea bass. Really sad. It's overdone. It reminds me of like boiled bacon. Those 2 words should never go together. But yeah, it's like the fatty bacon, and I guess it might just be mushy. Hopefully the chicken salad's better. It's okay. I like the spinach more than I like the chicken. I think the chicken is white meat, so it's a little bit tough. A part of me wonders if I would have been better off with the penne pasta. We'll never know. Some Japanese pickles. I like Japanese pickles. Eat it with some rice. Finally, miso soup. Miso soup's pretty good. Yeah, disappointed at the grilled salmon. It's very overdone. Chicken and spinach is okay. Pickles, you can't really mess that up. And it's also very hard to mess up miso soup. It's time to land. So I'm ending the flight with a cup of coffee. Overall, I really enjoyed flying ANA this week and I would happily fly it again. Service was amazing and super friendly. The food was awesome as well, but I think that's mainly because I chose the international course. The pre-landing meal, which was the Japanese course, was not that great. The fish was overcooked. Solid selection of drinks, and the hard product itself is super spacious, modern, and beautiful. If you made it this far in the video, leave a coffee emoji down in the comments below and I'll try to heart and respond. My question to you is, what are your thoughts on ANA to suite? And if you had the choice between flying the room or the suite, which one would you pick? Let me and everyone else know down in the comments below. See you in the next one.